Hi and welcome to Treasurie. I'm Louisa and this week I'm going to show you how to make this light and summery shawl. It's great for confident beginners because it mainly uses double crochet and treble crochet stitches and it's really quite easy to do. So let's get crocheting. For this wrap I used Lion Brand Coboo yarn. This is the cotton blend and a 4mm hook. So let's start by doing a slip knot. So yarn over and pull it from underneath. I have a full tutorial on slip knots if that's new to you. And we're going to insert it on the hook. And we're ready to go. We're going to chain 67. So chains a yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through. So you're going to do 67. I'm going to do a little sample with just 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, your chain will be much longer than that, but it wouldn't show up on camera. We're now going to do a double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a double crochet is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, we're now going to crochet all the way to the end. So next one, remember, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so yours will be a bit longer, but just double crochet all the way to the end. So there's your first row, all double crochets. You will have 65 double crochets. You're now going to turn and do the second double crochet row. Start it off by chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. That's your turning chain, and that will count as your first double crochet. So you won't go into the base of the chain, you'll go into the next stitch for the next double crochet. That's how that looks. And then just double crochet all the way to the end. Your very last double crochet is going to be into the top of the turning chain. And once again, you'll have 65 stitches. Okay, 2 rows of double crochet. And that's our border. We're now going to turn. And we have the first of the mesh rows. Mesh also uses double crochet. So the first row of the mesh section is a plain mesh. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That counts as 1 double crochet and 1 chain. We're now going to skip. So because this is the first double crochet, we don't worry about the one at the base, but we're going to skip this next one and do a double crochet right there into the 3rd stitch. So if you just straighten that out, you can see that's our first little bit of mesh. We have a double crochet, a chain, and a double crochet. We're now going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Okay, see how we have a mesh hole there? We're going to do this all the way to the end. And the last double crochet will be once again into the top of that turning chain. So we're now going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. And wrap to the end, so as I said, right into the top of that turning chain. Okay, and there is our first plain mesh row. for your full-sized piece, you're going to have 32 gaps. So here I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but you will have 32. Now for the next row has some bobbles in it. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and turn. That counts as the first double crochet and a chain 1. And we're going to do our cluster stitch right here. So this is a 7 double crochet cluster, which means we're going to be inserting the hook right there 7 times. So we start off like a normal double crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we stop there, we don't complete the double crochet. Instead, we're going to do exactly the same into this stitch 6 more times, so that'll be 7 in total. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we now have 3, and that was our second incomplete double crochet. So, okay, that's our third one. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, that's our 4th, and again. That's our 5th. That's our 6th, and that's our 7th. Now the trick to doing this is to do it really loosely. So each time lift up so you have quite a gap between the hook and the start of the stitches. So you'll now have 8 loops, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 8. So that's why it's so important that you crochet this stitch loosely to make it easy to pull through. So when you pull through, I pull up as hard as I can with the hook because that creates more of a gap, and pull through. See how that pulled through smoothly? And to finish off that stitch, we just do a chain 1. That just closes it. Now that doesn't look particularly impressive on this side, but if you turn it over and pop that out, you'll see that that has a really nice texture and pops right out. So now we're going to continue our mesh stitch. Chain 1, and then double crochet right into the top of the previous double crochet. So ignore all these chain 1 spaces. We're going to be crocheting into the top of each double crochet. Okay, and that's just a normal mesh. And we're going to continue doing that. Chain 1, double crochet into the top, chain 1, double crochet into the top, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, chain 1, and double crochet. Okay, so in the pattern we're going to be doing the cluster and then 5 of the double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th will be another cluster. So let's have a look at our finished piece. So that's the beginning. We had a chain 4 and then the cluster into the top of that second double crochet, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and then our next cluster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cluster. So a cluster is every 6 mesh double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cluster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cluster. And as we come to the end, you've got a cluster there, and you will finish with a chain stitch and then a double crochet into the turning chain. So in total, let me just move that out a little bit. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're ending with the chain 1 after that and the double crochet at the end. And now we're going to do our next row along here, which is just another plain mesh row. So So here's our little sample. I'll just finish that off. Okay, so we're going to turn, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet into the top of the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the top of the double crochet. So everything lines up, so it's pretty easy to keep everything straight and aligned. So all the way across, it's just a chain 1 and then a double crochet. When you get to the bobble, you're just going to go into the top of the bobble. So double crochet into the top and then chain 1, and then you'll just continue on with the double crochet. This is the end for me and my little swatch, so we're just going to double crochet into that turning chain. So there we are, we have a plain double crochet mesh stitch row. Okay, so now we need to do some more bobbles in this row. So if we have a look at our finished piece, we're doing this row, and the bobbles are actually right in the middle of that previous row. So we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle of each one. Okay, so back to the swatch. And we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which, as you know, counts as a double crochet and 1 chain. We go to double crochet into the first double crochet, and we're going to be doing, we need 4, so that counts as the first one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got 4 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 1, and then the bobble will be into that 5th one here. So remember, it's just 7 incomplete double crochets. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and yarn over and pull through 8, and a chain to close it. So then going to do another chain and double crochet into the top. And that's the beginning of the row. So you have here, have the 4 that I showed you, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a cluster. And we're going to revert back to the 5, and then the cluster being the 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, cluster. Where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cluster. And then to match the beginning, where you had 4 double crochets, there'll be 4 at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that 4th one is into the turning chain. We're going well on our mesh section. Next is, we're now going to do another plain mesh. So you've done a couple of those, so you know what to do. Chain 4. And then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the top of that cluster, oops, chain 1. Sometimes you can miss the extra double crochets, so just keep an eye on where the lines are going up. So that's actually the one there, and so the next one is right over here. Just have to be careful you don't do 2 double crochets into the top of the clusters, because sometimes they move across. And you'll do that all the way to the end. So the last double crochet will always be into the 3rd chain of the turning chain, not the fourth, the third chain. There is our plain mesh complete, and we're now going to duplicate this row here, the second row of the mesh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is double crochet and 1 chain, and we're going to do a cluster into the second double crochet here. So that's the first incomplete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, 7. Okay, really important, as I've said a few times, always pull up so you've got a nice gap there. So yarn over, pull through 8 and chain 1 to close, and then we chain 1 to move to the next mesh, and then go into double crochet and chain 5 times. Let me just show you where we are on our larger scale. So it's just this row that we've completed, which is the same as this row here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bobbles across, and you have the 1 double crochet on either side. And we're now going to complete the mesh section with another plain mesh. Back to our sample, I've turned, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet and chain 1 across. So here is my work in progress wrap, and this is a cluster mesh section. So we have the plain, cluster, plain, cluster, plain, cluster, plain. Here is my little swatch ready for the next section. It's going to be 2 rows of double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, that counts as the first double crochet, and double crochet into the chain 1 space. Double crochet into the top of the double crochet, double crochet into the chain space. Repeat that all the way to the end. When you get to the end, I have just double crocheted into that last double crochet there, and we have our turning chain. We're going to double crochet through the turning chain, just like we did for the spaces. And then we're going to double crochet into the third chain of the turning chain. That will keep our stitch count correct. There's our first row of double crochet. So 1 double crochet into the top of the double crochet and 1 in each space. And then at the end, we're going to do double crochet through the turning chain and 1 into the third chain. Turn your work and repeat a double crochet row. And 3 and 1 double crochet into each double crochet top. At the end, double crochet into the chain, into the third chain. There's our separation band. Now we're going to do the treble crochet section. We've completed our band, and now we're going to do the treble crochet section. So for a treble crochet, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That counts as a first treble crochet. And we're going to treble crochet into the next stitch. So not at the base, but the next stitch. Treble crochet is yarn over twice, insert, and pull through. You will have 4 stitches on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So that counts as 2 treble crochet there. Chain 1, skip 1, and treble crochet in the next stitch. Treble crochet in the next stitch. And chain 1. So there's 2 treble crochet and then a chain 1 space. So skip, and then we have 2 more treble crochets next to each other. You can see the pattern. So 2 treble crochet, space, 2 treble crochet, space, 2 treble crochet. And we're about to do our next space here. So just continue that all the way to the end. Here's your row of treble crochet. On your actual wrap, you will end with a treble crochet into the turning chain. That will be the last one. I haven't quite got the stitch count correct to make this work on my sample. So turn, and we have another treble crochet row exactly the same. Chain 4. That counts as the first treble crochet. Treble crochet in the next. Chain 1. Treble crochet in the top of the previous row. Treble crochet once again in the top of the previous row. Chain 1. And the 2 in the top of the previous row, and continue all the way to the end. And then you have 2 rows of treble crochet. For your actual wrap, you're going to do 5 rows in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you'll then do 2 double crochet to finish off the section. We'll show you how to do the double crochets into the top of these trebles. So you will turn and then chain 3. First double crochet into the top of the treble, and next into the space. Next into the top of the treble, and again into the treble and in the space. So you will continue that all the way along. You will finish with 2 double crochets. And that's your row of double crochet.
Okay, now that we're finished, we're going to add a tassel. I have a separate tutorial on how to make a tassel. Here's one I made earlier. And you're just going to grab a crochet hook and pull one of the ends through. Knot it off. So just do a double knot. And you've got these ends, you can't just cut them. You can either weave them up here, or I just like to pull them through the tassel. So just find the middle, insert a hook. It needs to be a fairly small hook, and just pull the tassel ends through one at a time. I've tied that quite tight, so there's a little bit of wiggling. There we go. Straighten it all out, and then we just have the other one. And cut your ends a little neater. And there's our completed tassel. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe. I post weekly sewing and crochet videos, so I'll see you next time.